Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, and so our card tonight is the Six of Cups, which has everything to do with pleasure. Okay, let's take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And so, if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so we have this tower up here. Right here. You can see it, hopefully. And we have up here, it looks like a person, or no, just a horse. The horse, the crescent moon above. We have somebody kind of chasing another person. It looks like, I don't know what they're holding. It looks like maybe like a dagger or something like this. We also have, it looks like maybe a dog running over here. And down here I see a cat. We have the ears of the cat. We have the tail kind of reaching out in the metaphysical zone too. So that's interesting. And up here we have a snail. So, excuse me. I'm trying to stop myself from coughing. Unfortunately, I've had the flu, and now I started to feel better, and now it's either a reoccurrence of or something different. So I just can't take a break here. Can't get a break, I mean. Can't catch a break. Okay, so we also have a person holding a sword, and we have a little house right here. We have somebody with a scythe, maybe harvesting. So we have like this whole line of stuff happening. We have the tower, but it also looks like two people. It looks like somebody wearing a dress on this side, or maybe a robe, head facing down. And then we have somebody over here who, it almost looks like they're wearing a toga or something. Okay, so kind of a warrior and a maiden kind of motif, but it also looks like the tower. So in my mind, this is kind of a situation where maybe there is a romantic entanglement. Maybe this is your partner, your spouse. This is them, right? There's a feeling of the relationship being kind of maybe rocky right now. There's maybe something going on. Now, this could be that there are just life events happening, a lot of different moving parts, as we can see, and we'll go through and kind of try to decode what some of this means. But it feels like it's like, yeah, we're in this union. And now let me just also say, this could be with self. Okay, it doesn't always have to be another physically manifest being or person. It could be that this is aspects of your anima, animus, and other archetypes within self. So it feels like the union, a closeness, a love, a merging of powerful archetypes, but it also feels like, yeah, this could also become something disastrous, because whatever the circumstances are, it has created some real stress in the relationship. But Now I'm looking over here. We have the home, right? We have the home. We have the person with the sword, right? And and the person with the scythe or the harvesting tool. We have the horse with the crescent moon. So we'll start with this over here. So I do feel like there is a sense of some kind of change at the core, maybe like moving, or maybe this is like a new job or you started a business. Really trying to work on getting things comfortable within that domestic home space. Maybe there's like renovations. Maybe there's been some kind of damage to the home over the last season and you're starting to work on these things or whatever it is. And I feel like there really is kind of this sense of literal upheaval, right? Like things are not how you like them to be. Maybe not like your partner likes them to be. And so the house feels a little chaotic. I do feel like there is a sense of kind of mental escape. We have that sword energy, but we also have the horse, which is the movement and maybe even fast-paced movement. Beneath the crescent moon, the moon often indicates illusion, fantasy, different realities, going into the interior, the dream world, whatever. So I feel like there's kind of this coping going on, maybe being kind of disassociated from that home space. Okay, so even when you're home, even when you're together, you might be totally focused on other things, not communicating too well, kind of even seeking out ways to avoid maybe being too close together or talking for too long, because it will lead to some kind of argument. Not because I think that there's anger between the two of you, but the circumstances are stressful. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time sitting here and then we start talking about this and that, and then it gets to a point where we're not agreeing on something, or something is stressing me out and it's kind of triggering. I just want this to be easy in our personal life while we're trying to get all this other stuff done, right? So we also have let's see, we have and this, to me, it's the person kind of running with the dagger and the other person running as well. Also, the loyal dog there, going up into the metaphysical area. So I do feel, and now I don't think anybody's really chasing each other, but I do feel like there is a sense of urgency or kind of an impending doom. And I think that it's like a feeling of deadlines coming up, or maybe trying to get together money for, something that you have to pay off soon, or, I don't know exactly, but there is this kind of just looming anxiety-ridden energy. And instead of kind of finding support within your partner, I think that they're feeling anxious and anxiety and all of those kinds of things as well. And even though there's so much love there, you love each other very much, it just so happens this is a situation where nobody is going to be the strong one. Like, nobody's going to, be the leader in this situation. I feel like it's just kind of like, we got to do our thing. We got to do what we got to do. Let's not spend our time dwelling on it when we're together, because it might lead to an argument. And it also is just an oppressive feeling. Now, I don't think this lasts for very long, though. So that's why I wonder if it's like a deadline coming up, because I think it will pass and we will return to this in the dog. I'm not saying anybody's a dog, but this intense loyalty, devotion to this relationship once again. I mean, that's still there. I'm not saying that you have lost that, but it takes a back seat maybe the affection, maybe the time spent together. Maybe you're not doing as many fun things or laughing as much, and everybody's tired and stressed, and just trying to get through things. But there will be a return. I keep thinking routine for some reason. Sorry. So a return to this closeness, this happiness, in the heart. We have the heart, we have a flower growing. We also have the guy with the scythe up here. Where did he go? Right here, I think. And so the fruit is there, right? The harvest is there. Things are plentiful. It's just the circumstance right now. It's stressful. You're not in the place where you feel comfortable. I feel like you are probably somebody that likes things the way that you like them. You're adaptable, of course, but also kind of particular. Oh my gosh. My brain is full of mucus, I think. Particular. And anyways, yes, yes, you like things how you like them. Okay, and when things are not, I feel like there's a sense of just disarray to some degree, and maybe that's just you perceiving it that way. But the altered schedule, things not being in their home place, having extra meetings and things to figure out, and having to plan more than you usually do. I think that it's wearing itself on you, but it's over soon. It is over soon. And then we have the cat, okay, right down here, kind of in this beautiful, like playful, laid out, hanging from the moon, maybe a little tail on the moon, just kind of cute. It reminds me of maybe like a illumination in a book. But then we have that snail. So things slow down. Okay, things slow way down. And I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to really kind of have moments of leisure, something you maybe haven't thought about in a long time, it feels like. But having some moments of leisure to maybe, cuddle up together, maybe, go. I keep thinking about going to the water, kind of sitting and watching the sunset. I think it's because I'm seeing over here, we have a person that looks like they're fishing, and there's a little boat right there. And so I feel like this is going to be kind of a season of, the first part, really busy, finalizing things, getting things done in your life, whatever the big transitional things are, finding a place that feels like I'm in a good routine, everything is kind of back in order, and getting to breathe a little bit, and I think I don't even think you understand how stressed you are. If you think about right now in this moment, as you are watching this, listening to this, think about, have you been clenching your jaw? Are your hands what are you doing with your hands? Are your shoulders really tight? And we don't always even realize. I always like to talk about how there's so many times, I'm like one of these people that like to shower as often as I can. I like going to the water because it really kind of takes away my anxiety and gets me really centered and grounded. And so I have to take a shower before bed. I take one in the morning and I take one before bed. And And so when I get in there in the evening, I'm usually, tired. I have a toddler. Now she's a little old, get 4 almost. And very busy, very intelligent and engaged. We're, with her all the time. And so by the end of the day, between that and the business and everything, all the things that we do in life, you, me, and everybody else, I'll get in the shower and my body just, it's almost painful in the first moment, because it's like all the stress is released by the hot water. And I'm like, like, I did not realize I was so wound up, And so, as I'm talking about this, I'm thinking, there's a similar feeling. You've had a prolonged period of stress, and as you come out of the busyness of it all, as things kind of get into place, I can imagine you having that same kind of, okay, all of a sudden I realize I have been super stressed for the last 4 months, so it'll be good. It'll be a nice reprieve. Okay, so we have a question mark here, right there. So let's see. I also want to look. We have a 21. Did you just burp in my ear? You did. She goes and takes a bunch of water in, and then she comes over here and burps on me. 721. Okay. We have a 7 and a 7. So 777. Lucky, lucky, lucky. The question. I'm trying to see, where is our question? I kind of almost, okay, so we have a person standing with the back to this, it looks like a bird, okay, kind of head down. So I kind of almost feel like there's a sense of either thinking about or being contacted by maybe an old somebody who you've been in a relationship with, like an old girlfriend, old boyfriend, somebody, maybe an ex-spouse, somebody you're in love with, an old friend, best friend, somebody that you really cared about, okay, but it didn't work out, obviously. So, but coming in contact with them again, maybe it's that you were thinking about them, or you've seen them on the social medias, or, out in the world somewhere. And I feel like it's like there's a sense of, do I pursue kind of getting reacquainted with them? And it's like, I feel like you're really thinking, like, is this the right move? Question mark, right? But then I see this wolf, right? And then I see almost like there's a flag. We're reading it as a 7 as well, but it kind of almost reminds me of like a golf, on a golf course, a flag. But almost this feeling of like, if you open that door, it's like giving them dominion over your sacred space, over some part of your mind, your active consciousness. And I just feel like there's a reason why they're in the past, first of all. And you can care for them, care about them, consider them, but also have boundaries. Now, we've talked about this relationship that maybe you already have. Maybe you're like married, and some, girlfriend from the past, some boyfriend from the past showing up for some reason. Now, this might be totally cool within your relationship, to talk to old people. I don't think it's necessarily a matter of that. But I do think that there's a sense of like, this person could cause chaos, or this person, I think, is not here with a pure heart. You know what I mean? So I do think that it's hard boundaries, big walls of boundaries, and to stick to them. I think that's really important. That feels, it feels like it could go south easily here. Okay, we also have a 13, and it looks like 174 as well. 174. Okay, let's take a look over here. Oh, we have a unicorn. Look at that. You little unicorn. Maybe this is where that good pleasure is coming in, right? So we have the unicorn. It almost just looks like it's full of like little stars and stuff. So I feel like there is this draw towards doing something special for yourself, going in and really celebrating something, kind of even just like being in this enchanted mood, right? And I feel like maybe you are a person that is into the holidays either going on or coming up, and I feel like this is something that I've noticed in some people in the spiritual sectors, or people, other, practitioners of magic and the occult and things that I've ran into over the years of my practices, that there are people that they get into these systems or philosophies or whatever it is as they grow spiritually, and they maybe still have a great fondness for maybe religious celebrations or spiritual celebrations that they partook in as kids, right? And so there becomes this like almost guilt of really enjoying the different holidays while also on this kind of different spiritual path. And I don't know. I've said this many times on here. First of all, I have no affiliations to any religion or occult or spiritual system. But, I do love to celebrate things. I'm really into different holidays and festivals and so on. And so I'm really of the spirit that, we should do what brings us happiness. And if that means that you are, celebrating religious holidays or holidays that are don't coincide with your religion or your system or whatever, but you still enjoy them, then go ahead and do that. This world is hard enough. We need to make our own meaning in our lives, and celebration, holidays, festivals, and so on, these do bring meaning. That's their purpose. And so please go and enjoy yourself. Go and find that pleasure and magic in life, because you know what? Sometimes it feels so few and far between. We need to take our gifts where we can get them, right? Our little blessings. Okay, let's look at the lightness of being affirmation cards. This is the Earth Element deck. I'm just going to go ahead and flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Okay, these are so pretty. And it says, truth, trust, your patience will bring delightful surprises. Never put yourself down. Never, ever, ever. You better not. I do like that, though. Try not to. All right, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. Yeah, so anyways, thank you again. I love you. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk in just a few days from now. Thank you. Good night.